So what's the road ahead for Lupin? To discuss this and more, I'm being joined by Surajit Pal, Senior Research Analyst at Prabhudas Lilladher. Surajit, any thoughts here when we talk about how things are panning out for Lupin? Clearly, in regard to what my colleague Anko also was talking about, there clearly seems to be something on the agenda in regard to acquisitions that Lupin's keeping an eye out for.
I think, from my perspective, I think Lupin's acquisition of Gavis, though management is confident that this is very strategic and this is very supportive for their expansion in U.S. business to grab $5 billion revenue by with the aspirational goal. But I believe that Gavis may not be that great in a sense that with $96 million revenue and the kind of valuation they have paid, which is almost 9.2 times, which is almost double than the normal standard of the product. In the same comparison, I believe with a similar kind of profile, government tender business and generic business, I believe Cipla's inversion from that perspective is much more attractive acquisition.
Outside of Lupin, there's been a lot of activity on not just the large pharma names, but also the mid-cap pharma names. I'll come to mid-cap in a bit. Let's talk about Sun Pharma. We saw that massive knock on the stock on the back of concerns for the group. But today there's news that the US FDA has approved one of its drugs. What's your view on Sun Pharma?
Sun Pharma's today's news on approval of drug is a controlled substance one. So it is supposed to be manufactured formulation in US, and its API is supposed to be supplied from their Czech Republic subsidiary. It's a small product, typical 30 to 40 million size with one generic and one AG. So it's not great, but it could be beneficial for their controlled substance portfolio in US. Overall, Sun Pharma's main valuation hangover is or remain Halol. My guess is that it could remain a sticking point till first of FY17, and post that we have to see how things turn around for the company. But for them, it is definitely a setback in terms of company's plan to go forward, along with remediation measure, whatever they want to take in Ranbaxy. So their resources definitely been, and their attention resources definitely been divided between Halol and Ranbaxy. So that might also delay the Ranbaxy recovery or synergy.
In terms of DRL as well, any thoughts? Because that's been the other active mover in the last couple of days since we're discussing all the large cap names. What about DRL?
I think DRL is the best large cap pharma company. I suggest overweight in DRL and underweight in Lupin and Sun. So I believe that DRL is very well placed. They have got Nexium, and they have done some of the good site transfer of 2-3 products from Srikakulam. I think Srikakulam activity-wise they have done quite a lot. It is only waiting for so from my understanding goes, it is waiting for achieving resolution only, that is hinged upon USFDA's visit of the plant, which could happen at any point of time. I don't know, that may happen at any point of time. But product-wise, I think, and if you see the balance of product in the pipeline in short term, medium term, and long term, I think they are much ahead than the other peers in large cap in pharma.
All right, Surajit, appreciate much you joining us. So with that quick take, just to check on